And
you find Tommy Robinson inspiring?
Yes.
What do you find
absolutely.
inspiring about him?
I'll tell you, for example, if, for example, you had truths to tell, and somebody said to you, well, I tell you what, you better not tell those truths, because you know what? If you do, we're going to lock you up and on your own and stay there for a long time. And if you turn around to that...
Oh, no, wait a minute. Tommy Robinson was put in prison because of contempt of court. It wasn't because he was trying to say anything that was some great truth-telling thing. He was done for contempt of court.
Before we dive in, let me set the stage. What we're witnessing in the UK right now mirrors a political playbook that's been tested and perfected in the United States. Figures like Nigel Farage and Tommy Robinson have taken a page straight out of Donald Trump's strategy, one that thrives on division, fear, and the constant demonization of groups they've chosen as political targets. This isn't just ordinary rhetoric. It's what experts call stochastic terrorism. Powerful figures planting dangerous ideas into the public sphere until eventually someone acts on them. Take the Tommy Robinson rally, for example. Some call it inspiring. Others call it what it really is, a dangerous echo chamber built on conspiracy theories and manipulative language. Even Elon Musk chimed in, adding fuel to a fire that thrives on misinformation. And when you strip it down, it's the same formula we've seen from American commentators like Charlie Kirk. Not honest debate, not real engagement, but performance. Word games designed to radicalize, to rile up, and to build personal fame and wealth off of division. Before we go further, comment where you're watching from, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
Let's first talk to Ed, who I think is in Hounslow, who I think was at the rally yesterday. Ed, good morning. What was it like? Why did you go?
Good morning. Yes, it was great yesterday. I always go to these things, so that's why I went. And you couldn't move. I eventually got up to the stage. That was some hours after my arrival, and I arrived at before noon. And the number of people there that's been estimated, I think, is grossly underestimated, because you couldn't move through Whitehall, you couldn't move through Parliament Square and the surrounding areas. Just if you got there, you couldn't move at all. Well, I eventually did, but I met up with Piers Corbyn there at the the square, Parliament Square. He was doing various things. And anyway, eventually, a couple of hours later, I got to where the stage was. I'm pictured being there at the stage on the videos. And, it was fantastic. Elon Musk came through on a live link talking to Tommy Robinson and so on. Very inspiring, as far as I'm concerned. You might not find it, but I certainly do. And
you find Tommy Robinson inspiring?
Yes.
What do you find inspiring about him?
I'll tell you, for example, if, for example, you had truths to tell, and somebody said to you, well, I tell you what, you better not tell those truths, because you know what? If you do, we're going to lock you up and on your own and stay there for a long time. And if you turn around to that...
Oh, no, wait a minute. Tommy Robinson was put in prison because of contempt of court. It wasn't because he was trying to say anything that was some great truth-telling thing. He was done for contempt of court.
Well, clearly you're not a very good journalist, because if you looked at the video...
no, that's just a statement of fact.
Yes, I'm making you a statement of fact. If you looked at the video that was put out, you will see the people that lied in that situation actually telling you themselves.
But he made allegations about a refugee boy. The claims were false. The court found him guilty of libel. He later admitted to having been duped into spreading misinformation. No, this is just a fact, Ed. I mean, it's fine. You can find him inspiring. I think he's a thug. That's fine. We can disagree about that. But we have to... There are just facts. There are such things as facts. Whether you accept them as facts or not is irrelevant. They are facts.
No, they're not. No, they're
right.
Not.
No, well, okay.
Yeah. What I can tell you, that the opinion that you're putting out...
No, it's not an opinion, it's facts.
It's not shared by the British people.
Right.
It's not shared by...
You think Tommy Robinson is a popular figure among the British public, do you?
Well, I'll tell you...
In which case, why weren't there 3 million people there yesterday, or 4 million people? There were about 100,000, 150,000 people. It's dwarfed by the sort of numbers that used to turn up to the Remain rallies during the People's Vote campaign, for example.
No, that's not true, because I've been to those as well. No, but I've been there. Have you been there?
Yep.
Have you been there? I bet you haven't.
To the People's Vote rallies, I have reported from them. And I've been to plenty of Tommy Robinson protests as well.
Let me tell you this. This Tommy Robinson is such a thug and such a racist and all the rest of it, yeah?
He spread lies about the Great Replacement Theory. He spread lies about white genocide. No, but it's just true, Ed. It's just true. You know what?
The propaganda.
All right, okay. Ed, like I say, you can find whatever thug you want inspiring. I'm not bothered, but I am bothered about the fact that you won't accept facts when they're put to you. The audience will, and that's fine for both of us. Let's speak now to Josie, who is in Stafford. Josie, good morning to you.
Good morning, Lewis.
You've got something to say about Sir Peter Cargill?
Yeah, I just thought what he said showed basically utter contempt for the population, really. And he was sort of indicating that what Elon Musk was saying, it has nothing to do with us. That's not how we operate in this country. People will be getting up today, having their breakfast. They won't take any notice of it. I think that is so ridiculous. The world is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And what goes on in America or how things are done in America does affect us here, and people are seeing that, and we're seeing it every day. And Musk gets away with saying what he says because it's money. He has more money than a small country. And he gets away with everything. And he owns a platform that is toxic. I mean, I used to be on Twitter, but I deleted my account. I won't have anything to do with it.
I'm sure you're happier for it, Josie. Wish I could. Particularly after this week, Jesus.
Yeah, and I just think it shows, and to be honest, that contempt for the British population, I think it goes right to the top, because you've got Labour at the moment. All Starmer is doing is legitimising Farage, all his rhetoric he's spouting, where he's exploiting people's issues and not helping people. And so this is just ignoring it. You can look at these people flag waving and call them idiots or whatever you want to call them, but it's how people are feeling. And there's no alternatives. The conversations are so at primary school level almost.
Yeah.
There's no proper debate anymore. There's no reasoned debate. And you even hear it in politics. I mean, I'm no great fan of Margaret Thatcher by any means, but she would have a decent, sensible debate, and she knew what she stood for. Stormer hasn't got a clue. He's got no ideology, and this is why he's just floating in the wind and trying to just do what he thinks people want him to do. But that's not showing people an alternative. It's like the question of immigration. I mean, I'm not even going to go into it. The issues of that are so far-reaching, but the debate on it is just so narrow. It's got a lot more to do with whether they're housed in hotels or not.
Josie, I completely agree with everything you just said, and that's probably a good reason to end the call.
Morning, Lewis. So, as my introduction, I'm going to set out by saying that what we're seeing in the UK is a reflection of what's happened in the US, which has been predicated by Nigel Farage and Tommy Robinson, which is essentially that they're copying Donald Trump's tactic, which I don't call, but it's a theory. It's stochastic terrorism. To explain that to people that don't know, essentially it's influential figures demonizing individual groups, and they do this by inseminating a lot of ideas throughout mass media, through campaigns, through promotion. This was a lot of Charlie Kirk's work, so a lot of the rhetoric going on right now about what he did was about giving fair college debates with students, which wasn't necessarily true. He was a media-trained person that was very good at grifting.
Well, to be fair, Alex, I mean, to be fair, I mean, and I'm no fan of. I mean, I've said all week. I mean, and some people don't like this, but it is true. Kirk had very extreme positions on all manner of things. I think it's also fair to say, if you can also credibly say that he was someone who clearly believed deeply in what he believed, and he went out proselytizing what he believed, often in quite hostile environments, which has to be to his credit.
Sure. I mean, you can make that argument. However, a lot of his views are being obscured because...
I would agree with that, but he has just died, so I suppose in a way it's a difficult thing in terms of taste.
Even if he has just died, we do have to bear in mind that he did cause a lot of harm to people when he was using political sway to push policies through, because he was a white supremacist, he was a neo-Nazi, he absolutely did.
A lot of his...
He compared
I'm not sure
people,
he was a neo-Nazi.
I'm not sure
he was a white supremacist.
To lower intelligence and using them as DEIs. He compared them prowling the night hunting for white people.
He had very...
Just if I could just explain, because these things are not being announced. He spoke about whipping people over the Mexican border and even using lethal force. He called trans people an abomination of God.
Alex, no one, I think in the British media, I don't think there have been many people more than me who have been reasonably strident this week in making the point that some of his views were extreme. And I don't think we should be afraid of saying that. As I say, I think it's also true. It's a slightly delicate balance because, of course, he has just been killed in horrendous circumstances and he's got a family and all of those sorts of things. So it's a difficult balance in terms of taste, but you've put the point, Alex, in Bournemouth there.
And this is where we have to pause and reflect. Because what callers revealed in this discussion goes deeper than one rally, one figure, or even one political moment. It exposes the vacuum in mainstream politics, the lack of genuine debate, the lack of credible alternatives, the lack of leaders who can inspire unity rather than exploit fear. And into that vacuum steps people like Tommy Robinson, or in America, Charlie Kirk. Men who claim to be truth-tellers, but who rely on distortion and scapegoating to build their platforms. Let's be clear. Yes, some people will find that kind of rhetoric inspiring, but inspiration built on lies is nothing more than manipulation. The crowd sizes, the flag waving, the chants, none of it changes the facts. Robinson was convicted for contempt of court. He admitted to spreading misinformation. He has pushed theories like white genocide and replacement, ideas proven to be false but dangerous in their effect. And yet, just as we've seen with Trump and his loyalists in America, the truth often drowns in a sea of denial, spin, and distraction. The uncomfortable reality is that this cycle keeps repeating, because it feeds on anger without offering real solutions. So the question becomes, do we allow this cycle of political theater and toxic rhetoric to define our future? Or do we demand better speech, better debate, and better leadership? I want to hear your thoughts. Was this rally really a sign of public awakening? Or just another performance dressed up as patriotism? Drop your comments below. I read every single one. Stay sharp, stay informed, and until next time, thanks for watching.